What's up, guys? It's Michael here from Church Media Tech, and today we are going to review the factors of using an older iMac. So let's go. Now, the first thing to remember when using an older Mac, I guess, and for me specifically, I have a Mac that has the body of a 2009 iMac and the hard drive of a 2011 or a mid 2011, which has updated to High Sierra. Now, depending on which update yours stopped at, that pretty much determines its usability in the more modern world. So let's take a look at my iMac and let's see how it can be used even now as we progress. This is the iMac that I use every day. It is once again, the mind of a 2011, or the hard drive of a 2011, and this is the body of a 2009 iMac computer. Now, the first thing I like to show you is the difference between the cut on now and the cut on then. Now, the difference between the power on now is that it does not have that satisfying roar sound, and which, by the way, they really should bring that back. So Apple, if you're watching this, you should definitely bring that back. Well, let's take a listen to when it powers on. It's a power button back here on the back of my iMac. That is so satisfying, and yeah. Okay, we have our Mac on, so now I'm going to let you kind of get a more in-depth look of what the iMac 2020, really, because High Sierra was last updated in 2020, but it's still pretty in date, but still it's an older iMac. I'm going to let you have a more in-depth look by taking you through each individual detail by a turn, so let's go. Alright, here we are. I'm about ready to show you what it is like using an old Mac, which is really pretty good, actually, compared to what you would be afraid of. And by the way, this is actually being filmed from an old Mac camera, mine. So, you kind of have a good idea as to what the quality is. It's pretty decent, actually. And there's tons of things that you can do with these that Apple doesn't want you to know about. But let me go here, and we're gonna switch scene here. Alright, hold on, don't worry about it. I'm using OBS on my Mac. Alright, so this is my Mac screen. Alright, this is my home screen. It's where everything is. And I've got my editor. So let me show you that. I've got the OBS file because sometimes OBS doesn't want to show up, but that's okay. Because I can just always click on that and it comes right up. And all these apps here. Now, I'm going to tell you about one that if you're looking into buying an old iMac, say 2011, 2009, 2010, somewhere in that range, even 2012, you should probably look into getting Max Fan Control, this beautiful app that I'm showing you right here. Now, I'm going to open Max Fan Control. I'm not too worried about that. This gives you some control over the crazy heating system that Apple had back in the day. And so Max Fan Control is totally something you should get. Very reliable, but you should totally look into it. I mean, sorry if I'm repeating a little bit. I've got a delay on the monitor. But anyway, that's Max Fan Control. You can set everything to go full blast. You have to pay for the Pro version to actually get to make custom presets, but that's fine for what I'm using it for. What you just heard in the background was the fans kicking it up to full blast because I made them. Now I'm going to set them back to automatic, which is what Mac comes using as a default. But it's fine. I use it. I think if you're going to get an older iMac or Mac of any type, I think it'll work on computers too. Like laptop computers. I haven't actually checked at that. I need to look at that. But anyway, now the iMac I have, I'm going to show you a little bit about it. Okay. So it is Mac OS High Sierra. Now, as some of you Mac users know, that went out of date like way back when. Let's see, that went out of date 2020. So November of 2020 or sometime in that range, I think. But, it's still usable. And actually, besides the App Store and AirDrop and a few tiny things, if you're looking for a very good computer, the iMac 2009 through 11 are pretty reliable. Because once again, earlier in this video, I told you that I use an iMac 2009 body with the brain, or let's see, what's the term for it? Hard drive of the iMac 2011 or mid 2011 rather. And so Mac OS High Sierra, let me highlight it for you. It is that right there. But it's really good. So it's still really good. And on this version of iMac, you can still get FaceTime. I've actually opened the FaceTime app, so you're seeing two of me. But it's really reliable. I've got my mom's contact in here where I was testing it out when I first got the Mac. But it's really reliable. Now, as a video editor, because I'm a YouTuber and I work with a church, a video editor is vital for me to have. Now, most of you, if you have a new Mac, would go for iMovie, but us who have an older Mac can't get iMovie. And if we can, it's not the active version of iMovie. So what I use is something that works on iMac High Sierra, and it is called Olive. So I'm going to open Olive. Alright, so this is Olive. It's what I use. I haven't used it on this Mac yet, but Olive is what I use for video editing if I'm going to do it on my computer. Now, I can do it on my phone, which I do a lot of, so, yeah. But in this circumstance, if I'm going to use the iMac, I'm definitely going to want to use Olive, and I recommend it. It's pretty reliable. It might crash a few times, but that's fine, because we really don't have that problem. Let me close it. All right. So that's Olive. You've got all these apps here. Open Broadcast, which is actually here. Let me open it in the tab. This is what I am using currently to actually record this video. So Open Broadcast software, you've probably heard of it if you've done any sort of live streaming or recording professionally at all. And this is a free open source project that someone has come up with. Let me fade into me for a second. Hi guys. So, like I say, this iMac is really reliable, but I'm not done. I'm not done. No, I'm not done at all. So, I'm going to show you some more. Alright, let's go back out of Open Broadcast Software. And we're going to go to, let's see, the App Store. I do want to show you a downside before we get into all the good stuff about it. Now, anything that you try to download, and I'm going to type in, let's see, I'm going to look at purchases. It won't let me have my purchases featured. I'm just going to type in here. I'm going to click on GarageBand. So if I hit get, I'm going to ask it to let me install it. We could not install this, and obviously it's outdated, that's why. It's fine. You probably don't need it, and if you want it, Audacity. That is totally the way to go. There's tons of other alternatives out there, but like I say, I'm not too worried about it for my use. It's mainly for the user preference. So whatever you like is what you get, I guess. But now we're going to go into settings. So if I go click on System Preferences, alright, we've got display. Now, there is an odd type of display adapter for these Macs that you can use for HDMI, but that's fine. I got two of them. They're pretty cheap, $8 max, so it's not too bad. But, like I say, this is pretty much the active version of System Preferences. So, I mean, it's just the person's preference, really. Now, I can go into display and desktop setting and all of that. Do what you can on a Mac from right now. Okay, so it's pretty good. Files, and open the file window, per presenter, all that stuff that I have recently stopped using and went to Easy Worship because it was just better for me. But we've got, you know, all sorts of stuff here. Like I say, it just depends on your preference, what you want, and not what others say. So others can go ahead and spend their $1,700. Here, let me do that here. So as I was saying, others can spend their $1,700 on a computer that's brand new and gonna last forever, or you can actually invest in an older computer. Now, in a few years, this probably will be unusable for a number of reasons. Obviously, it's going to go out of date pretty bad. The more Apple releases on Big Sur, which I believe that's how you pronounce it, is the new update for iMac, the worse it's going to get. Oh, and it's not that microphone on the computer I'm using this one. Let but this is my studio mic. So, yeah. But, like I say, it's just the person's preference. What do you like? What do you need? If you can use an outdated or older iMac on High Sierra, which maybe one day we'll find a way to update our existing iMac. But please note, everything has a dead date, so to speak. Everything will die eventually, which is the sad thing. It will die one day, and that's gonna suck because I really like and I've used this for a while, and so it's a great computer. So I highly recommend that if you're just looking for a cheap Apple computer for like say $200, maybe max, and you're not looking for the App Store or any of that, but you want a reliable Apple iMac or desktop, so to speak, I highly recommend this iMac or an older iMac. And so, yeah, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. And thanks for watching. Bye.